Hey guys, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at an expansion for one of our favorite games from Stonemaier Games, and that expansion is called Tapestry, Plans and Ploys. So Tapestry, Plans and Ploys, like I said, just literally like 30 seconds ago, is an expansion for Tapestry, so you need to have the base game to play it. It's from Stonemaier, all the same type of things going on, the same number of players, same game length. This is basically just going to add more stuff with one significantly different, significantly different addition, I guess. Doesn't change the game a ton, but it is something that we should take a look at when we go down to the table. So let's just stop talking and let's go down to the table. All right, so I kind of wanted to do this review for Tapestry, Plans and Ploys a little bit differently. I've already done a review for Tapestry, so I'm not going to do that again because that would be redundant. So what I'm going to do is basically just going to show you what's in the box and kind of explain how it makes the game a little bit different. So let's just go ahead and get in there. So we got rule book, which is basically going to talk about the differences and all that good jazz. It's going to have the civilization adjustments too from Tapestry, which is pretty neat. If you're into solo, there's a whole pile of that. There's a bunch of different scenarios. I'm not going to go into that too much, but there's a lot of good solo goodness in here. All right, let's take a look at this stuff. New civilizations. That's what everybody wants to see and loves. So we have the Spies. Spies are going to let you kind of interact with your enemy. I'm not going to go into detail with a ton of these. I'm just going to pick some of the ones that I like. The Spies, there's the Advisors. Treasure Hunters are cool. They're going to let you go to a different type of terrain that's on the map, and basically you're going to take one of your cubes and put it on terrain. You're going to get some benefits, like they're looking for treasure, which is cool. The Recyclers, they're going to work with the tech cards. You're going to be able to draw stuff from the discard pile, and then maybe at some point take your fully upgraded tech and downgrade it so to use it again, which is pretty cool. Tinkerers are going to give you some bonuses when you put a cube down here. I love the civilizations that let me put cubes on the board to get things. I don't know, I love it. Aliens, you're going to have some space tiles that you're going to be able to explore and get them on your mat to get resources and all that good stuff. This one's going to interact with some buildings. If you get certain types of buildings on your mat, you can move a cube around and get some benefits. You want to build an island on your own little player board. You're going to get points if you can have nothing but water edges on the outside. And river folk, they're going to work with the impassable on your city player board. They're going to let you cover up some of those impassable areas, but you're going to get penalized if you can't do it all. So that's awesome. So a bunch of new civilizations. We're going to have some Automa cards and some all that stuff. So again, if you're into the solo stuff, that's awesome. We're going to have, this is my favorite part of this expansion actually. So we're going to have some landmarks that players are going to get to start the game with. You're going to, basically whoever's last in turn order is going to get to draw some of these based on the number of players. So if it's a 5-player game, we'd have all these. And you're going to get this sitting on top of it. Let's go ahead and load this up here. So that is this one. So of course you have new minis. So we got some new minis. And I think that one is this one. So what's basically going to happen here is if at some point at the end of your turn you've met the goal that this is letting you look for. So this one is at the end of your turn. If you have at least one tapestry in your top row, gain this landmark. Or one tech in your top row, gain this landmark. So you would take this off your card, put it in your city and your capital city, and you're good. So this kind of gives you a short-term goal, which is cool. And I mean, the buildings are also amazing. This one's huge and awesome. So that's cool. So there's that. That's my favorite addition to this. And then let's look at some of these other bad boys. There's new space tiles. So these space tiles are basically going to let you get points every time you advance up another track. So for example, if you advance on science, military, and tech, every time you advance, you get 5 points. And you can get this bad boy and just get the monolith. I mean, look at that. That thing is awesome. So another building. So that's more space. More space is good. Tiles, more stuff, always good. You have these tiles as well, which are just kind of neat. You can put those on the buildings, on the tapestry, on the tracks. Then when somebody takes that building, they can take the token, so you know that the building is no longer available. Sometimes I can get a little, you can forget which buildings are in play and which ones haven't been taken if you're not looking at the little board. So they give you all these tokens so you know what's going on, which is kind of cool. Not necessary to play the game, but cool. Then there's new tapestries. So the first thing I wanted to highlight is there's new like trap cards, which are cool. These are essentially going to function like trap cards, but they're going to give you special abilities. Like this one's going to be based on where you are in your military track. If you're higher than your opponent when they try to conquer you, you can play this, topple them, get 15 points. I'm not going to go into detail with all of these, but they're traps, but way better, so that's cool. Because as much as I hate take that, I do love traps. They are so fun. And then there's more tapestry cards. Tapestries are always great. Just more cool stuff to do. But look at this tapestry card that gives you a stadium. That is awesome. So a tapestry card that can give you a building. There's one that I really like. I like playing with this one. When you gain an income building, you may gain any building of your choice. So if I want to build a military building, instead I could build the gray building. I'm terrible with the names. And then cartography. You can gain a hex and explore it. If you can gain at least 3 points when you're putting it on the board, you know, so matching sides, then you get to conquer that territory. That is awesome. What else do I like here? Public Works, which is really cool. When you advance on a track, if it's your least advanced track, you gain 3 points. So if there's one track that you're not really, you haven't spent a lot of time on, maybe at the end of that income turn, you want to play this and then start focusing on it, rack up a pile of points. So it's just a whole bunch of these that you can play. And yeah, that's that. So that's everything that's in the game. It's just mostly outside of these landmark tiles that we're going to get as personal goals. Outside of that, it's just more good stuff for the already amazing game Tapestry. So let's go to the top and talk about it. All right, well, that was Tapestry Plans and Ploys. You saw everything this game has to offer. I didn't do a playthrough. I'll put a link up in the corner. I'm never sure which corner it is. One of these corners here. I'll link to the base game so you can see how it plays. So if you wanted to see if Tapestry is for you. So just like Tapestry, this game has amazing production. The buildings are top notch. The cards all have that linen finish. Same with the civilization boards. Just looks amazing. It's packaged amazing. Everything is really super high quality. Now, this doesn't change the game at all. Nothing in here changes the game. It's just more good stuff to make it maybe a little more interactive. But that personal goal landmark that you have is amazing. I will never not play with that because it kind of keeps you focused at the beginning of the game. Because sometimes you can be a little overwhelmed when you're starting, like, I don't know what to do. Now I know that I need to get a tech to the top and I can get this building, or I need to do what this building does to get that building on my board. So it's cool. Just a little early game motivation to keep you focused a little bit, maybe determine how your game is going to go. If you don't like that, fine. You don't have to play with it, but why wouldn't you? It's cool. It's fun. The new space tiles are sweet. You can, once you get to the space, you know, once you explore space, instead of just getting a one-time ability, now you have an ongoing ability for every other track, which is amazing, but you got to get the tile. So that's tricky. Civilizations, I haven't played with a lot of them. I've played with maybe 3 or 4 of them, but they're all sweet. They've all been great. They've all just been a ton of fun. And like I said when I was showing you what's in this box, the ones where I get to put stuff on the board, like the cubes or stuff on the board and get rewards, I love that. I love it so much. Just so fun. So yeah, this is great. Stonemaier knocks it out of the park. Tapestry is probably one of my favorite games of all time. So having more of it is never a bad thing, in my opinion. I'm not going to give this a BGM accepted seal or anything because it's an expansion. I gave it to Tapestry, and this is going to, if it does nothing else, it's going to make the Tapestry rating go up, which it already has. It was at a 7.5. Now Tapestry's at an 8. So technically you could say this would get a seal, but it's an expansion, so I'm not going to do that. So that was Tapestry Plans and Ploys from Stonemaier Games. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics. And as always, keep gaming.